All right, welcome back to High Hilltops. My name's Dave, and today I got something new for you. New but old, 1949 Farmall Cub project we're going to be starting on. We got it in the shop here. We're draining the oil. It doesn't seem like we're getting spark on it. Does seem like there's compression, but I got a really good deal on it. Actually paid 400 bucks for this thing, and just sold the Speed X recently. And that pretty much covered it. So it's got the cultivator set on it. The tires are in decent shape. They hold air at least. And the sheet metal is in good shape. So I'm going to take you all along with me as we work on this, and we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you all updated. Alright guys, just a quick update for you there. We went ahead, we drained all the gas out of the tank, cleaned the carburetor, the fuel sediment bowl, wiped it all out, and gave the fuel tank a good flush. We also drained all the motor oil out and put in a fresh 10W40 motor oil. And now into what I believe is an electrical issue. So I haven't dealt with magnetos much, and after cleaning it up, I'm going to go in and clean up the contacts and the cap there, the distributor cap. Clean it up, see if that makes a difference. I have gotten this thing to give me at least a pop twice now. So you can see I got the intake off of the carburetor, and for some reason I'm getting some fuel that's down there in the bottom. It's real dirty. This thing was setting, and I believe there was actually water in the manifold there. And after getting it all cleaned out, and I took the spark plugs out, gave them a quick clean. They actually seem to be pretty decent. I cleaned them up, put them back in there, and that's basically an update on the project as it sits right now. I'm going to keep tearing into this thing and see if we can't get it running. Alright, so I've been fiddling with this thing. It's some type of soft pipe that was down inside there. Must have rusted out in the manifold and broke, and I've been picking pieces off of it for about an hour and a half now and finally got it through. So I cleaned the contacts there into the distributor cap. I got it to fire a couple times. We got a ways to go yet. It's getting late. I think it's time to call it a night. I'll keep you all updated. I'll probably continue this video on until we get some significant progress, but you'll be sure to see it. All right, thanks. All right, everyone, next day here. Just to give you an update, I took the magneto apart, clear down to all the gears and contacts and things. And it looked to me like it was slightly out of time. There was little marks in there on the gearings that weren't aligned, and I'm almost positive they're supposed to be. But anyways, I'm getting good spark now to the plugs, checking them. And I've been using some ether in the carburetor. Just can't get it to, it'll pop every now and again, but it's rare. So I'm thinking it might be a compression issue due to, well, for one, having that chunk of metal down in the exhaust manifold. I'm sure it's probably got bits and pieces that probably damaged the valves. But we're gonna take the head off and see what we get into. All right, some 30-40 minutes later, we got the head off, and it's a little rough. Let me show you. Got all the head bolts out, except that one gave me fits, so I'll have to drill and try and easy out, or if not, drill it clean out and re-tap it. Yeah, I got a lot of cleaning here to do and dig into it a little further, it looks like. All right, to fill y'all in, fast forward, cleaned up the head here, had the number 3 exhaust valve, was sticking, got it cleaned up and freed, and turned out it was just a big timing issue with the magneto. We actually just rotated spark plug wires, and here you go. First fire, boys. Wow, we finally did it. Had a big issue with magneto timing. It's going to have a lot of smoke because the valves and the piston cylinders were full of junk. We got her, guys. A $400 Farmall Cub running. All right. Thanks, buddy. All right. We went ahead and filled the radiator back up and put the hood back on. We're going to go ahead and run it again and try to see if it'll clean up some of that smoke. The head was full of a bunch of carbon and oil from cleaning it, and we're going to see how she cranks over now. Gotta get fuel to it again. Tell you what, I feel more comfortable with the glove on.
What opens that throttle up more?
Pushing it forward does.
I don't want to flood it out, but give her a little bit. She's starving.
Still trying to work out the fuel to it. We're running. Alright y'all, we got it running now pretty good. Ran for about 15-20 minutes now and the smoke's cleared out, so it must have burned all this stuff out of there, which is promising because I was a little worried about the rings or something, you know, a little oil getting by them, but it's cleaning right up. Keep you updated. Alright, I'm out here at the garage now and we got the Farmall running. Now I'm going to make sure I go through and I'm going to change the transmission / gear oil in it. I've got an 80-90 weight gear oil. I'm just going to go ahead and drain it. And then I'm also going to have to go get some more, but I'm going to do the final drives there on each rear wheel. So I'll show you all what I know about this. I'm new to it and I'm always excited to learn. So if you know something that I missed or could have done better, just leave a comment below there. I sure appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get to draining the gear oil. And there's a plug on the bottom, on the front side of the rear end housing. You can see it there, there's the back. Come up under right to the front, and there it is. We're gonna go ahead and get that draining. All right, I'm just using the open end of a 9/16 wrench. There's a little, I think there's a little washer there to be mindful of. I can go up top there and open the fill port to give it a little better draining action. All right, so it's mixing in there with some motor oil, but at least it doesn't look very milky. And it doesn't, I don't see a lot of metallic coming out of it, so that's a plus.
And ultimately, there was at least oil in it.
All right, now here's the fill port. We'll go ahead and take some compressed air and try to get some of the loose gunk off of it there. Then I'm just going to use a 5/8 open end of the wrench. Go ahead and get that off of there so it'll drain a little better. All right, now that we're draining there, just to prepare for filling, if you come around the left side of the tractor here, and you look back behind the fender, that there is your check plug. I'm using a 7/16, the box end on it. We'll go ahead and get that out of there. So when we fill it, we want to fill it all the way until oil starts coming out of that hole. All right, I'm gonna start here with just a quart of it. I got a little piece of Tygon tubing there as a spout, and we'll see where this gets us. I'm not quite sure exactly how much this holds, but I'm assuming just a quart or two. We're gonna fill it up until it comes out of that weep hole on the side. Right there you can see I got a little bit too much in it, but I would say it's right around 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 quarts is what it took to fill that. I'm gonna drain this for a second and go ahead and put the plug in. Alright guys, so the last thing we're going to do here before I'm going to call this thing good to go is we're dumping the engine oil again and going to put fresh oil in it. I'm going to go ahead and I haven't gotten the oil filter yet, but I'll probably change that out at a later date and do the engine oil again. I'm just putting a basic, I believe this time I got 10W40 for it, a little heavier oil. And we'll see how it does. All right, so we got the oil drain in there, and 3/4 inch wrench. We're going to take off this filter cover, and we're going to see what it looks like. Looks like an old paper style gasket. Or someone just used a silicone. Okay, we'll just take a small flat screwdriver, get in there and work that right up out. And there's our filter. Alright, there's the filter. It's a IH376373 R91 67129. Alright, we're also going to give this a shot here. It's engine restore. Add it directly to your engine oil. This is good for synthetic and conventional oil. So we just ran the motor for a little bit and got it circulated through to the filter reservoir there, and we're going to go ahead and add this and finish topping it off. Alright guys, to finish the video off, we're going to see how it starts. We'll go ahead, we're going to make sure we're in neutral. If it starts the best, we give it about 3/4 throttle. Pull out our ignition stop. Alright, well I appreciate y'all coming along. Hopefully you enjoyed this initial restoration of the Farmall 49 Cub. There's going to be a lot more to it. We're going to go ahead and start sanding it down, stripping all the grease off of it, and trying to make it pretty. So I thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any tips or suggestions, leave them below there. And I like feedback, and I'm new to this, so I appreciate all the help I can get. Until next time, y'all take care.